Thank you, Susie, and congratulations to Dante Fowler. And one thing we ought to say is Fowler has said it growing up, too, in St. Pete, that his idol playing football, a guy that he liked to pattern himself after the way he goes after things, is Ray Lewis. Ray was going to work the draft, the longtime Baltimore Raven middle linebacker, future Hall of Famer, and our colleague. But with what's going on in Baltimore, his adopted city, which is much more important than this for what Ray is doing, along with the Ravens and the community, trying to quell a very serious situation. So Ray decided to stay in Baltimore rather than come to the draft, which he'd done all the work for. We applaud him. We applaud all those citizens in Baltimore who are trying to make things right after a very rough run. So Ray, we miss you, but you need it there. Good job. Great job, I should say. So Fowler now is the first defensive player off the board. The Oakland Raiders. Now, John, you remember them, don't you?
Yes, I do.
The Oakland Raiders. Last year, they finally hit some things with Carr, the quarterback. Well, the second pick, Mack, the linebacker, the first pick. What do they do?
Well, they have a young quarterback, Derek Carr, and he can throw the football. I think they have to address their skill positions. They just haven't thrown the ball, made any big plays. In the passing game, you get a chance to get Amari Cooper. You could get Kevin White out of West Virginia. They haven't had a Pro Bowl receiver since Jerry Rice came to town. Tim Brown's going to the Hall of Fame this summer, rightfully so. They need to get Amari Cooper, I think, put him in this offense with Derek Carr and light people up throwing the ball down the field. They're lacking that vertical speed that Al Davis used to talk about. Cooper, White, one of those receivers would give it to him.
Amari Cooper is a obvious pick because you had Derek Carr, and we looked at Derek Carr and said, hey, really good rookie year. In order for him to step it up, he needs a #1 receiver. There's nobody even closely resembling a #1 receiver on this roster. Leonard Williams would be tempting. I'm taking Amari Cooper. He's got a tremendous work ethic. He could be Jerry Rice, and I think this is the obvious pick for the Raiders. I could never go in any direction except Amari Cooper because you have Derek Carr, and you got to help him.
Now, the Raiders are making the pick.
With the 4th pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, the Oakland Raiders select Amari Cooper, wide receiver, Alabama.
Nick Saban has had a lot of blue chippers, a lot of first-round draft picks, a lot of national champs, a lot of winners. He said maybe, right, Lewis? Amari Cooper, I don't want to say favorite, but there's no one that's worked harder or a better player day in, day out for him, correct?
It's all about football character, absolutely, Chris, with Amari Cooper. This guy's football character is platinum. It's about as good as it gets. And he's just the kind of guy who can win at any level of the football field, short, intermediate, deep. You're talking West Coast terminology, as my man John Gruden talks here. He can play the Z, the X, the E. He can play all those positions, and he will burn you, absolutely gut you at all those different positions. And he showed it last year at Alabama. He can run all the routes, the slants, the hitches, the double moves, the post, the go routes. And the most impressive thing about Amari Cooper is after the catch. Wide receiver coaches call it, he can stick his foot in the ground and become a running back instantly. This guy is like lightning in the bottle, instant acceleration. He'll take it to the house. He's going to make Oakland's passing game that much better. They did not have a wide receiver that caught over 700 yards in receiving last year. Only 1 or 2 teams in the league.
So it's a game that convinced me about Amari Cooper, the Florida game. He's going up against Vernon Hargrave, sophomore corner, will be a junior next year, and a guy is a heck of a prospect, heck of a player. He had 10 catches in that game against Hargrave for 201 yards and 3 touchdowns. What I love about Amari, he's quick and he's fast, he's explosive. Very rarely you get quick guys who are also fast. His workout was very similar to Kevin White's. Got bigger hands than White, better in the short shuttle, better in the 3-cone. But you think about wide receivers, a lot of them are I and me. Amari Cooper's about we and us. That's a rarity for a great wide receiver coming out of collegiate ranks.
Amen. He's like a young Tim Brown, the natural. He did it for 2 different offensive coordinators. He enjoyed tremendous success. You said it. No maintenance at all. He's got a tremendous work ethic. And Derek Carr, they have a young quarterback. Their offensive line is much improved. Jack Del Rio's in there to help that defense. I like the direction that the Oakland Raiders are going.
It's been a while.
There's a lot of noise in the black hole back in Alameda. I can hear them.
It's been a while. These are numbers which, sometimes don't parlay into the pro. but he caught, what, 124 balls last year. The next Alabama receiver caught 40. Now, when everybody in the park knows you're going to get the ball, and you catch it anyway, I think he had 16 touchdowns. The whole team had 32. So, I mean, everyone knows where it's going, and you do it anyway. Hello.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing, in some of the biggest games, he did it. You look at that LSU game, he's struggling. He's dropping the ball. Jalen Collins is challenging him all over the field, but when they needed it, he hit one of those Jerry Rice-type slants, and you saw him just cut through the defense and just turn on the afterburners. That's the kind of thing they need in Oakland. They need that guy with Derek Carr and just get the ball too quick and just let him do his thing. This is a tremendous pick.
So the Raiders have gotten some help for Derek Carr.